Yo, what's up, guys? I want to welcome you guys back to another Turning Point video, and I just want to thank you guys first for always tuning in and showing support in the Discord and just being active. And if you guys are new here, if you're not already in the Discord, the link will be in the description below. I suggest you join. We do a lot of education, free chat, as well as premium if you guys are interested in that. So we have about almost 3 hours of videos in premium education, basically A to Z education if you want to learn how to trade and if you don't know how to trade. So just great community if you guys want to join. But today I just want to go over this trade recap that we took on the 7th of January, which is today, and how I made 950 bucks on 3 qualified accounts from Alpha today. So to get straight into it, this is the trade I took. So if you watch one of my previous videos, you could see that I talked about the session volume profile up here. So, and I have this market profile as well. This is just to show me areas of like liquidity. So you say a previous week high. So going into the day, I wanted shorts, to be honest, just because we were in, if you go on a 4 hour, we were premium of this range. Well, now we just took out this high, but we were here around 9:30 open. So I was like, okay, we're coming up to some bearish PD rays on the left. So it's like, okay, let's see what we have. So what I'm drawing, these boxes, if you're wondering what these boxes are on my screen, these are called ledges, or I call them ledges. They're called low volume nodes, the actual term for it, and they're just basically areas on this volume profile that show areas of low participants. So usually what happens when price comes to one of these levels, it either runs through it, rejects it, or it runs through it, bounces, and then goes back up, or like vice versa, right? So I always like to use, this is the current day volume profile. So, and if you don't know what a volume profile is, it's basically the volume bars on the bottom of your screen flipped on its side, but instead of each candle, it's showing you the volume in each price level. So these peaks, this line is called the point of control. This is where the most volume is traded in this entire range. So the most volume is here, and you can see it was choppy here. Why? Because there's so much participants, there's so much buyers, so much sellers. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna fight, and they're gonna keep jumping back and forth. So that's that. Now the areas of low volume is what I'm talking about. You identify them by looking for like valleys or C shapes. See, there's a C shape here, C shape here, C shape here. And you might be wondering, these don't really line up with this one. It's because this is the current day volume profile, as I said. You always want to use the last volume profile at that price level. So like to draw, I would use this one, right? This was the previous day one. Drew this one, C shape here, C here, C here. So now we don't have any information up here. So what I did, I went all the way to the left, and I took this day's volume profile right here. As you can see here, what do we have? Had a little C shape here, little valley here, valley here, valley here, and we rejected off of 899.75 up here. So look, there's no volume profile up here, so I'm gonna use what? I'm gonna go back to the left and use this volume profile. What do we have here? A little valley. See, if you literally just take my brush, if I could find it right here, what happens if I draw it? C shape, right? It's that simple. So I just drew that. And then also, what do we have in that C shape? We have, go to the 5 minute, in that low volume node, what do we have? Let's see. We have basically a 5 minute gap fill right here. So basically for value gap getting filled. And then if we go to the 1 minute, like as we were just on, we have a, I think about the CE of a 1 minute for value gap right here. Yeah, or I think it was the 3 minute. So this blue line's a CE of for value gap. Consequent encroachment, that basically just stands for the 50% of something. So yeah, it was this of the 3 minute for value gap. See that? And just if you look at the 50%, also known as equilibrium of like anything on a chart, like fair value gaps, ranges using your fib, they all add up. They all usually have a reaction on it, right? So 50%, mark that out. We aligned in this low volume node. And then just context, right? When I look for these levels, I always want to see many confluences stacking in a general area, right? So what happens here? Same market indicator, market profile was showing me previous week high was up here. So I'm like, okay, previous week high is a very important draw on liquidity, right? Draw on liquidity is just saying the market's, that's where the market's drawn to. The market wants to move up here. Previous week highs right here. I seen that we had this low volume node, this ledge sitting above here with this line. So I was like, okay, Originally I was gonna put limits on it, but I was like, I first just want to see how it reacts, right? So that's why my fill was a little bit. It was like 895.75. I did 5 micros. I like risking $100 a trade because I go for a higher RR. So I just did 10-point stop. So first we tapped here. I saw this candle push up. Then as soon as I started reacting down, we closed down here. I just entered it, especially after sweeping. If we don't automatically, especially with this big green candle, if we don't displace like fully up and keep going, then I'll be like, okay, there's still something's happening up here, right? And then also like this 1 minute inverse. If this candle eventually closed here, this would have been very good shorts, but I didn't expect this candle to happen, and I got filled in like 30 seconds. I was on this trade for not that long, and we caught like what, almost 100 points. So that was the first confluence, right? The CE of the 5 minute for value gap, right? I mean the 3 minute for value gap, consequent encroachment, 50% of it, with this ledge aligning, sweeping previous week high, right? Now, if we go to my second monitor, I'm gonna show you guys this. So this is called bookmap. Bookmap, all the bookmap is just showing you, just keep it simple. It's just showing you where orders are sitting, where there's a lot of buying and selling pressure, right? Keep it simple, as I said. These green bubbles, right, are showing buying volume, buying pressure. These red bubbles are showing selling pressure, right? So, and these big clusters you see here, these darker areas, you see how it's black over here, but it's red over here. The darker, like more vibrant the red is, or like blue is a little bit lighter and more vibrant, like you have the heat map up here. So these are less orders on the left side up here. Once it gets more red, there's more orders sitting there. So now look, at 900s, we have, 900s was our level that we had. And if I go back, I'll switch it back to 900s was the level right here. See, 899. I'll switch it back one more time. 900s right here. What's happening? We have 358 contracts transacted in this bubble. And if you look at these smaller bubbles, what? There's 474 here. See, we have 474 here, but what happens? We moved up still. But there's no context, right? We want to look in areas that we found that, such as the low volume nodes, right? So you have 358. You would imagine the market keep moving up after that. What happens? Little weak buying, then we had a red bubble, and it started coming down. So I was like, okay, we're showing some sort of absorption up here, right? And then now, if you look at the order flow on the footprint chart, you see that the red candle has positive delta, this green. So if you look at the basic trend at every candle, all delta is just the difference between buyers and sellers in a candle, right? So if there's a green candle, you should see positive delta. If there's a red candle, you should see negative delta. So if there's green delta on a red candle, bearish candle, what's that saying? It's saying that there was more buyers, but we closed red. What's happening? These orders are getting absorbed by some seller up here. So I was like, okay, that's where I enter my position, and I'll switch back. So that's, keep it simple. I saw absorption up here. Big green bubble saying that buyers want to push this up. If it's not moving up in this key level, then something's happening. Same thing, the second confluence on the footprint chart. We had 323 orders bought right here. Didn't move up. See, it's more than all of these candles. Basically, we moved up when we had a lot here. Got absorbed. Then the next candle, look. Green candle closed with negative delta. What's that saying? More sellers in the candle. So we want to push. And then look what happened to the next candle. Drop straight down, right? So then I'll just switch it back to my main monitor. There you go. Yeah, so I entered 895.75, and then I wasn't looking. I was actually alerting the premium of the Discord to take this short, and then we just dumped. How much points? About 90 points, but I caught 75. So there was a 7.33 RR. So that was the trade for today, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much to it. If you guys have any questions, just ask them in the comment section below. If you also have questions about the video, just join the Discord, or if you have any questions about trading, just join the Discord. It will help you out. And I mean, I want to thank you guys again for showing support all the time. And if you know anybody that needs help with trading, or if you want to learn trading yourself, just use that link in the description, join the Discord, And yeah, I mean, thank you guys for everything. So appreciate it. Later.